Hello and welcome to the recap of round 7 of the United Rugby Championship, brought to you by FloRugby. Let's dive into the thrilling action from a weekend packed with drama, intensity and surprises on the pitch. Getting underway on Friday evening, the first fixture would see Leinster Rugby continue their domination of the league with a hard-fought victory over Ulster Rugby at the Kingspan Stadium in Irish Rugby's oldest rivalry. Trailing 13-10 at halftime, Leinster surged back in the second half, scoring 3 tries to secure a 27-20 bonus point win. This extends their unbeaten run to 7 matches, placing them firmly at the top of the table with 34 points out of a possible 35 log points secured. Coach Leo Cullen acknowledged the scrappy nature of the game, saying the first half was pretty scratchy and we were 13-10 down, but there was definitely a big improvement in the second half. It wasn't perfect, but we'll take it, the Leinster boss said. Fullback Jimmy O'Brien shone brightly, earning the Player of the Match accolade in front of over 16,000 fans at the Kingspan. Speaking after the match, O'Brien said, "I love playing up here. It's always tough up here. We lost here last season, so it was great to get the win. I thought our pack was brilliant," referencing Leinster's forward dominance in the clash. At the same time as this match was going on, we had a fixture in Glasgow where the defending champions, the Warriors, narrowly avoided an upset to hold on to their second spot with a tight 17-15 victory over the Scarlets at Scotstoun. Trailing for much of the match, Glasgow finally took the lead in the 66th minute through a penalty from replacement fly half Duncan Weir. Despite heavy pressure in the closing stages, they managed to hold on for their 5th win of the season and again locked in that second place on the overall table. Speaking post-match, coach Franco Smith reflected, saying, "We made some uncommon errors and the Scarlets played well. They're going to be tough to beat going forward, so I'm really happy to get the win." Shifting over to Saturday, we saw the action get underway with a fierce South African derby where the Hollywood Bet Sharks edged out the DHL Stormers 21-15 in front of a very impressive crowd of 33,744 in Durban. Racing into a 14-0 lead, the Sharks scored 2 great tries through winger Ethan Hooker before Springbok captain Sia Khaleesi powered over the line in almost movie magic fashion with the smoke going off around him. The Stormers would come back into contention with a controversial try from winger Leland Zas, who showed his world-class finishing abilities in the 44th minute. Following minutes of checking every angle, the match officials awarded the try and the Cape Town side were right back in the contest early in the second half. Regaining the ascendancy, the Sharks went back to their power game through giant centre Andre Esterhuizen, who barged through the Stormers' defence for what would be the Sharks' 3rd and final try of the match. Despite the Sharks being in a commanding position, the match would have a dramatic finale, which saw the Stormers denied a late match-winning try after a video review ruled a knock-on in the build-up to the score. Speaking post-match, Sharks coach John Plundry admitted he thought his team had thrown away the win, saying, "The headset got thrown down in disappointment, but we got a little bit of luck and came back from the dead." On the flip side, Stormers coach John Dobson, while disappointed, found positives in his team's fight back, saying, "We were wasteful, but I saw a lot of our DNA out there. This gives me hope," referencing the rest of the season following what has been a very slow start to the campaign for the Season 1 champions. From Durban to Cardiff, the URC had another key derby match this weekend as Cardiff Rugby rose to 4th in the table with a 31-23 win over the Dragons in a lively Welsh derby at the Arms Park. Cardiff fullback Cam Winnett was named player of the match, delivering a standout performance as he racked up 85 metres, beating 6 defenders in the process. Coach Matt Sherritt praised his young star, calling him a massive difference maker on the day. Cardiff had the bonus point secured by the 50th minute, but they did allow the Dragons to close the gap in the final quarter, which will be a serious work on for Sherritt and his team. Despite some lost momentum, Sherritt described the result as a job done against a motivated Dragon side under interim head coach Philo Tiata. Away from winning, fly half Callum Sheedy was exceptional in guiding his team around the park, scoring 16 points through a try, a penalty and 4 conversions in another performance that will certainly put him back in conversation for the Welsh national side in the Six Nations. In Saturday's late afternoon match, the Vodacom Bulls secured a 28-14 bonus point victory on the road against Connacht in what was a very fiery contest in Galway. The encounter was marked by high drama, including 2 red cards which were issued during the game. Connacht number 8 Sean Jansen was sent off in the 20th minute following a dangerous tackle which saw his elbow making contact with the head of back row Marcel Coetzee. This left the hosts to play most of the match with 14 men. The Bulls would capitalise on this numerical advantage, building a strong lead building into the second half. However, the match took another twist in the 60th minute when Bulls number 8 Mapelo Gomedi received a red card for a ludicrously silly eye gouge attempt in an off-the-ball incident. With both sides reduced to 14 men, the game opened up a bit, but the Bulls' clinical finishing and ability to control those key moments ensured they claimed those valuable log points on the road ahead of the Investec Champions Cup. Speaking post-match, Connacht head coach Pete Wilkins expressed his frustration, saying, "The red card was a turning point for us. We showed great resilience, but you can't give a team like the Bulls that kind of advantage." Meanwhile, Bulls coach Jake White commented on the challenges of managing a heated contest when he said, "We're pleased with the result, but discipline is something we need to address moving forward. It was a physical game, and I'm proud of how our team handled it." Shifting our focus to the 3 late window games which closed out the action on Saturday evening, with the first one being Munster vs Leinster at Thomond Park. Munster secured a much-needed 17 win over the Lions, their first league outing since head coach Graham Roundtree's mysterious departure following the round 6 action. Scoring the opening try at the 15th minute, Munster's star off-season signing Thakir Abrams showed just why so many in the Munster squad were so excited to get him on the pitch and his return from injury. Whilst Abrams' efforts were superb, his try would be outshone by a ludicrously impressive solo try by Lions centre Henko van Wyk, who bulldozed his way through multiple Munster defenders to score what will surely be a try of the year contender when it's all said and done. With fly half Kate Volholzer's conversion and penalty, the visitors held a very well-deserved half-time lead. Munster would hit their straps in the second half with a stingy defensive showing as they held the Lions scoreless while scoring 2 tries of their own. Coming out of the blocks hot, replacement Shane Daly finished off a well-worked score in the 42nd minute before back row Alex Candellen scored the final try of the match in the 52nd minute. From here, Munster shut up shot and held out for the win. Speaking post-match, player of the match Jack O'Donoghue reflected on what has been a difficult time for the squad, but did highlight the team's determination to move forward when he said, "It's been a bit turbulent, but we wanted to show the crowd we are still together. This win gives us confidence going forward." In one of the other late window matches, we go over to the Scottish capital of Edinburgh, where Edinburgh and Benetton played out the highest scoring match of the weekend, with the Scottish side winning 50-33 in a whirlwind game at the Hive Stadium. Edinburgh led 35-0 at halftime, but had to fend off a spirited Benetton comeback in the second half. Coach Sean Everett, speaking post-match, admitted, "We didn't keep them out, and that's a work on for us. But in getting 50 points on a Benetton side is a rare feat." Finally, in the last match of the window, we had Zebra Parma earning their second win of the season as they beat the Ospreys 22-17 thanks to 2 brilliant tries in the first half from Simone Gese. The Italian winger's exceptional finish to secure his brace showcased his speed and skill, which delighted the home fans in Parma. The Ospreys closed the scoreline with 8 minutes to play as hooker Lewis Lloyd scored a try to set up a grandstand finish. But in the end, Zebre showed some serious growth to close out the match, in which a fixture they probably would have lost in past seasons. So really good signs of growth for the Italian side there. That wraps up the action from round 7. A 2-week break now follows as the EPCR competitions take the spotlight in the rugby world. Remember that you can catch all of the Investec Champions Cup and EPCR Challenge Cup action live on FloRugby. Stay tuned for more top-class rugby action, and remember, if you like this video, feel free to leave a comment on your favourite moment from the URC, whether it was round 7 or the season as a whole, and hit a like and hit that subscribe button.